Molar will work its way into your playing the longer you play drums naturally, because it is kind of the most natural way to play the drums. How many times have you been playing the hi-hat fast and eventually you see yourself doing this sort of push-pull thing? We can shortcut it by learning these strokes. What's going on, guys? Craig Reynolds here. Today, for the lovely people, and they are lovely people at Evans Drumheads, I'm going to teach you how to play your rudiments with more speed, control, power, and dynamics with just a little technique. Now, I want to preface this by saying there's many ways to teach this technique. This is the way that, for me, has worked personally the best. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you're used to it, it will work its way into your playing. It will be second nature, and you should be able to be ripping on some crazy accent patterns in your rudiments without really thinking of it. It's called the Molar technique. As I said, there's a bunch of ways to do this. It's not really push-pull, but there's a bit of push-pull in there. This is the way that I do it. This is the way I was taught by Pete Riley. And it's the way that I've taught all my students, and I think I'm going to teach you. Key thing, start super, super slow. We're going to be looking at stick heights and dynamics, and we're going to ignore, I know it sounds mad, we're going to ignore timing, okay? All you got to do for me is learn these 4 strokes and how to play them. I'm playing on a lovely Evans heavyweight dry on the snare, which I think you'll agree sounds really nice. 4 strokes, so easy. Can you count to 4? I think you can. 4 strokes, 4 different ways to hit the drum. 2 of them loud, and we're going to play 2 of them quietly, all right? And all I need you to do is really, really slowly with me work on all of these individually. Then we're going to tie them together, and then we're going to look at some ways that they will incorporate themselves into rudiments. First stroke that we're going to work on, the full stroke. It's one of the loud ones. The stick starts high and it ends high. So what we're doing is it's like kung fu. Every action has a reaction. We're harnessing the natural power of the stick and the energy that we're putting into it. Sounds very woo-woo, doesn't it? Stick starts high, ends high. We're going to come down, we're going to strike the drum nice and loose in our grip. We'll bounce right back to where we came from. Easy, I can do that, Craig. Okay, here's the next one. It's also one of our 2 loud strokes. So what we want to do, these loud and quiet ones, we want them to be exactly the same volume as each other. The 2 loud ones, even though we're going to be doing 2 movements that are different, we want the velocity to be exactly the same. So whatever velocity felt comfortable for you doing that full stroke, you're going to do the second stroke now, which is called the down stroke. We are going to come down, we're going to hit the drum again with the same velocity, but once we hit the drum, we're going to grab the stick just a little bit, and the aim is to keep the stick about an inch off the drum head. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So here is a downstroke. I'll play a full and a down together. And the key here, what we want to do, the end of the full, we're about not wasting energy here. The end of that full stroke, we want it to become the start of the downstroke. So full and then down. Right, this is why this is so good. They should have, if I'm all right, they should have sounded the same there. How many times you've been trying to play like 2 loud strokes and then 2 quiet strokes in a fill, and it's just gone wrong and you don't know what it is? Chances are your loud strokes are all those full strokes that I did. The full starts high and ends high. Now, if you play something loud and your hand is up here and then you want to play something quiet, you're wasting so much energy to come back down and play quietly. Or you have to try and play quietly from this high up, which is really hard to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach our body to be in the right position for whatever stroke comes next. I know it's boring, stay with me. So that full stroke starts high, ends high, it's a loud accented note. Downstroke starts at the same place. I mean, your high might be here naturally, my high is here. There's no real set boundary here. The down starts high, but it ends low. And the way we get it to end low is we come in with the same velocity with a real nice loose grip, and we just grab the stick a little bit. And the aim is to try and get it an inch off the head. Why? Because the next stroke, the easiest one, is the tap stroke. It's one of our two quiet ones. Remember, too loud, too quiet. For the purposes of this, you have two positions that I want your sticks to be in. They're either in your high position, which for you may be here, mine is here. The low position has to be an inch off the drum head. I will not accept any higher. A tap starts in the low position and it ends in the low position. Starts low, ends low, unaccented note. I'm sure we can all do that, right? The way I do a tap stroke, because I play German grip, is it, with palms facing down, is it's just like a little knocking notion, and we want that note to be really quiet. I've got some crazy compression on here for my ghost notes, so it probably sounded quite a lot louder than it should have been. I'm a metal drummer, give me a break. That's the tap stroke, it's easy, so I'll go full down tap. You see how there was only one break in movement, which was the end of the down? It was a real fluid motion. Now, the fourth stroke, remember there's only four. I've taught you all of them. We're going to speed through this, and then I'm going to show you how you can use this, not only for speed, control, dynamics, but also for making getting around the drum kit easier. So the fourth stroke is one of our unaccented strokes. So the stick is in our down position. The stick starts low, but it ends high. So what we're going to do, we're going to come from this end of this tap, we are going to sort of break our wrist, not literally, we're going to break our wrist and pull our arm back to the high position while at the same time hitting the drum skin. Skin? Who says skin these days? Catch it? It should sound exactly the same as the tap. I'll do a tap and then I'll do an up. What that upstroke has allowed us to do, we are now in that high position ready to play a loud note again. So once you've got used to all of those on their own, we're taking a real pause in between each thing, remembering, do I start high, do I end high, do I start low, do I end high, whatever. Get those in on their own, and then you want to link them together, just single-handed. Once you can do it with your dominant hand, do it with your submissive hand. I'm gonna loop them together. Too loud, too quiet. And did you see how, hopefully, I shouldn't have looked that rigid when I was doing that. Boom, boom. It has a flow to it. The first two are like bouncing a ball, kind of, and then the second two are more controlled. Now, how does this help for all of the things I said? Where's the money, Craig? Where is the money? The money is in when you use this to play in, let's say, a rudiment. We'll go real simple with a single stroke roll. And as I said before, some of this will actually have already worked its way into your playing. But if you do a couple of exercises to work on it, you'll find that your playing gets a lot better. So in a single stroke roll, let's say we want an accent on the start of a single stroke roll. So we want loud right hand, quiet left hand, quiet right hand, quiet left hand. We're going to play a downstroke for that first note, not a full, because the next thing our right hand needs to do is to be quiet. So we're going to go down, tap, up, tap. The reason this is going to help you with getting around the drum kit, how many times have you been playing a fill or something and you want to go up to the tom and you end up going, sorry Tama, but you know what I mean? You end up going into the drum. What these upstrokes and stuff allow you to do, an up is putting you in a position to then play down onto the next drum. So if you move that accent around the kit, just the down, so you're going to be coming back to the snare for the ups. You get that kind of whipping motion, but the up is allowing you to get back onto the next drum without having to go sideways into it. Are you with me? You're up here. Again, you might be bored by now. Let me give you, we've got to wrap it up because they told me to do 8 minutes. I'm definitely over 8 minutes. Let's bring it in to a more spicy rudiment. And I'll show you what I mean. 6-stroke roll. Right, left, left, right, right, left. Repeat. Anyone that's got a real nice 6-stroke roll, they accent the first note of the 6-stroke roll and they accent the last note. So you get that nice rolling ba-ba at the end. Now with Mola, what we can do is a down for the first one, tap up on the left, obviously switch this if you're left-handed, tap up on the right, and then both your hands are up here, ready to play that accented left and then the next one. So down, tap, up, down, and it will repeat. What the upstroke does is it combines a movement you would have to do anyway. To play a loud stroke, you have to bring yourself up to a higher position. It allows you to do that while actually getting a hit for free, if you know what I mean, because you're just breaking that wrist. Now, a 6-stroke roll sounds really, really saucy if you play it fast. And with these upstrokes, you can play it pretty fast and while allowing yourself to move those accents. So I'm just gonna, while we're running out of time, I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna move that accent. I'll increase the speed, I'll decrease the speed. Now you can use it for all sorts of rudiments. Single strokes. Do double strokes where you do an up and then a down for each one, and that's going to help. You know, that Thomas Lang thing when you accent the second of the double, it's going to help your double strokes get a lot more consistent. Paradiddles, move the accent. Do you know what I mean? So a down will end low, and it will be an up on the other hand. Tap, tap, that's your paradiddle, and then reverse. Down, up, tap, tap. You get those strokes for free. Not only do you get them for free, but you put your hand in a position to be able to move drums very fast. You come up and you can come down. There's no like, how many times did I hit the rims there? Maybe once. If I was just trying to play that sticking pattern, which was, if you don't know, it was just accented and I was moving the accent. So it was paradiddle, paradiddle. If I was trying to do that without getting my body prepared to come down onto the drums, I'd be hitting rims and, sorry Tama again, I'd be hitting rims and all sorts. So give it a go. Any questions? My Instagram is @Renlord. Don't ask me why, I made it when I was a kid. I can help you out. I'll probably have put some notation up here, hopefully. If you've got this far and there was notation, I decided to do it. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed this. If you didn't enjoy it, you got this far. That's on you. Big love to Evans. Big love to the drumming community. See you in the next one.